What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today's the debut on the channel Elden Ring, and it's just called Main Theme. I don't know if it has a name. And this is requested by Sue Sasha and Vanadil. The debut of a gigantic game that is somewhat recent, at least for this channel. And I'm aware that it got Game of the Year, beating God of War Ragnarok. So, really quick, the whole FromSoft series is kind of rare on this channel. I don't do a whole bunch of them, or not yet. I have a lot of requests for them, but not. They're always in big, long like breaks in between because I have so many songs requested from other games. And it's funny because I just did Dark Souls like right before this one. And all I know about the FromSoft communities is, well, there's a bunch of them. There's a lot of people that play these games. And they love them, and a lot of people every day pretty much ask me when I'm going to play them, and I don't have an answer because I don't. But this is going to be one of those ones where, well, we'll see. I'll talk about it a little later, but we'll see if it lives up to the hype. And as I say that, I saw right before I clicked it, 5 million views. Woo! Don't know who composed this. I don't know anything about Elden Ring. I just know it's the latest FromSoft game. And that's about it. Okay, enough talk. The main theme. Let's go. Ooh, animated. I love animated videos like this. That was actually pretty cool. Wow. This sounds way different than anything I've heard so far from Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and it's only been like 30 seconds. Percussion sounds wild. That's the intro again. I hope that wasn't just one loop already. The chord choicing is, or the chord choices are, the chord voicing choices are superb actually. I'm hearing some 9 chords. Strings. It does say full version, so I don't know. Is that it? The only reason I'm asking is because it's a 6-minute video. Oh well. See if we can just catch a couple things each loop. That's surprisingly a happy chord for the series that I've heard so far. Damn, this is... It's something. I don't know what yet, but it's something. Oh, the thumbnail says versus music main theme. I think that might be the channel though. That's really it. I think we have like 1 or 2 more loops. So I guess this might be like main menu theme, and that's why it's so short. You're not expected to be in the menu that long. My guess is people don't normally hear it this much. Maybe once or twice. That chord is so good. Dun 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 dun. It just sounds so evil going down. The way it goes up and down just the bouncing back between minor and major chords. It's bizarre. Oh, okay. Oh, so it does have an ending. The synth. Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to say, cool. Now, the thing about FromSoft stuff, and this may sound like a controversial thing, but I've never been interested in these games at all. It's just not a type of game that I would gravitate towards. Everyone has their own preferences, but every time I've seen footage or streams or what have you, I just see these games and I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I'd rather watch other people play it, but I personally wouldn't. It just doesn't look appealing to me. So, except for one, Bloodborne looks kind of cool. Anyways, or Sekiro, that looks pretty cool too. Who knows, maybe one day. Either way, the whole series has just never really been like my cup of tea, which is why I've never played any of them. But the music that I've heard from all of them, mostly, I've only heard like 5 songs between all the games. So my experience is very limited, right? But they all have this really dark, gothic, insane choir and huge horns that just sound like scary death. So far, my favorite song is still Ludwig the Holy Blade. So this one was kind of a change of pace. There was a little bit more, a lot more, even though it was pretty short, it was a lot of more melodies that weren't present prior. It wasn't just a focus of dark and you're screwed. It sounded like a little hopefulness and it's kind of maybe pushing you through it or something. There was one thing, I'm going to just address it now, but I'm not going to fault it, but I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't the best quality available. By the way, the channel was Versus Music Official, by the way, for this video. But this was released a year ago. Does it say the date? November 10th, 2021. So that sounds about right for like maybe, you know how on YouTube people release stuff early and then it's not like the best versions. I don't know if it's just me, but that didn't sound the best quality wise. It sounded pretty compressed in a lot of places. I'm hoping it doesn't actually sound like that, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because I really doubt a AAA game has that sound quality. But I'm not going to fault it. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, that's going to change my opinion. The song is a song regardless. But I did notice that right away. Of course, it's like the thing I'm paying attention to the most. But the quality of this one was not good. So, one thing I really enjoyed about this is, again, how different it was from everything I've heard so far. It sounded more, for lack of a better word, like it's maturing. And I'm sure other songs have other stuff like that, but I've only heard mostly dark battle themes that are kind of slow in tempo. This one started with like an acoustic instrument, I'm not sure what it was, maybe a lute. And that's where I was like, oh, what's going on here? That's new to me. I haven't heard anything besides chaos. And what was funny is that it only lasted like 10 seconds and then big sound comes in. So it was a nice dynamic, like, oh yeah, this is FromSoft. But it was cool though. Like, it was a nice transition into it. It wasn't just starting on the big choir right away. So I like that. And then it kept going back, and that was like the loop. It was that clean instrument. The choicing, I keep saying choicing. I keep combining choice and voicing. I just made up a word. But the choice of the chords in this whole song were really interesting because they always went in a direction I didn't think it was going to go. Every time I thought the chord progression was going to be like da 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 or something like that, it'd be like da da da. Like it always kind of played with this evil. It kind of teased like happiness, not happiness, but like a kind of hopeful chord, and then just like shut it down completely with pure evil. But the chords that they chose for that were really, really strong, and it kind of has these overtones that makes it sound so much bigger than life. It's not just like one or two notes; it sounds like 10 notes together. So, really, really cool. Percussion was very interesting, which suffered the most probably in this upload. But the percussion was really interesting. It had these different rhythms that I've never heard in FromSoft stuff. They had their own tonality as well, more punchy, sounded more like a drum circle of people, sounded more earth, I guess. Very unique. And, well, it does say main theme. And considering how much it looped, then I'm only going to assume that this has to be like the main menu theme or something. I highly doubt these days that there's like an intro movie. I don't think that exists anymore. So I have a feeling like most games now, you start it, there's like a splash screen, and then the menu. And I'm guessing it plays there because it's pretty short. I would say it's like maybe like a minute and some change long. And how long are you really at a main menu for? Probably options, maybe accessibility, blah blah blah. Start game. So that's my guess. It plays there. I have no idea. But what I will say based on that is, I think even though it's that short, I think I have a feeling that they use a lot of leitmotifs from this song in a bunch of other songs in the game. So you probably hear that little da 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 in other parts. You probably hear that acoustic instrument in some other places. So it may be just kind of introducing you to the world, but I don't want to reveal everything so far. That's pretty much all I got. So even though it was quite on the shorter side and it looped a bunch, it did paint a picture of a new game and didn't sound like to me like the other previous games, yet it sounded in line with the rest of them. So I do have more Elden Ring requests. Some are coming actually pretty soon. But actually, one more thing I should have mentioned is that this was not the first Elden Ring request that I got. The other one, I don't remember what the first one was. But I asked people, I was like, well, which one should I listen to first? and they just said, the main menu, which made the most sense to me. That's the one I was like going towards, because a lot of times I'll listen to a song and then people will be like, why don't you hear this one first, or whatever. So even though that'll never make anyone satisfied, everyone has their own opinion. I feel like going with the main menu out of all my requests I have made the most sense. Anywho, let me know more about Elden Ring. I know people love this game. It's their game of the year. It's their game of life. Don't know who the composers are at all. I don't know anything about this game. I pretty much know nothing about FromSoft, except the titles of their games, and that you walk around a lot and beat up bosses and they kill you. So thank you to Sasha and Vanadel. Thanks to you for watching, and thanks to everyone that you see here. I cannot be here without them. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. Take it easy.